What's going on, guys? Olympus Gaming TV back again with another video. Today we're doing a first impressions video, but before we jump into any of that, I just want to say, we're trying out a brand new format. As you guys see here, I have a brand new camera, brand new setup, and we moving up in the world, man. I'm trying to get like y'all out there with the crispy quality and all that, but nonetheless, I want to try out a brand new format for the first impressions video. So if you guys prefer this format over the previous gameplay focused ones, drop a comment down below and let me know. But today we're looking at Pokemon Snap, new Pokemon Snap. There we go, let that focus in. Now, if you guys follow me on Instagram at Olympus Gaming TV, you guys know I had to pick this up day one. Like, I literally ran into my Best Buy the minute they opened and picked this game up, and I'm super excited. If you guys have been following me for a while, or you follow me on Twitch, you know that new Pokemon Snap is one of my most anticipated games this year. Now that it's finally here, I wanted to play at least the first 2 hours so I can get out a first impressions video, my initial reactions. And speaking of that, I just got done recording the footage for that. So I am fresh off of the game, and I just want to kind of sit here and talk to you guys about, my opinion so far. So I wrote a couple notes on my phone here just to kind of keep me focused on what we're talking about. So new Pokemon Snap, and I'm not gonna spend too much time talking about my history of Pokemon Snap. If you guys watch my review that I did a couple months back on the original Pokemon Snap, I kind of laid it all out there. So I won't waste your time with that, but if you do want to watch or know my thoughts on the OG Pokemon Snap, I'm gonna drop a link down in the description, put a card up, all that fun stuff. So make sure you guys go check out that review if you haven't already. But new Pokemon Snap. So the first thing is, this game takes place in a brand new area called the Lintel region. Now, I'm not a Poke fanatic. I'm that part of my life is like when I was a kid back in like the late 90s, early 2000s. So I've kind of fallen off the Pokemon mythos. I kind of fallen off of that. But from what I understand about the Lintel region, is this is a brand new area exclusive to new Pokemon Snap. Now, you guys can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong about that, but apparently this area was created just for this game, and I don't think it appears in any other Pokemon media. Again, I could be wrong, so definitely drop a comment to correct me if I'm wrong about that. But this is a brand new area, and right off the bat, that kind of brings us to the presentation. Now, presentation-wise, this game is absolutely gorgeous, and one thing about the N64 game, it really kind of pushed the Nintendo 64 graphically, and with Pokemon Snap, I feel like it does the same thing. This is definitely one of the best looking games on the Nintendo Switch. Just the whole nature vibe, just seeing the Pokemon in their natural habitat and interact with each other, it is a beautiful game. Now, granted, you're on rails the entire time, so there's not a lot of action going on or a lot of effects that has to go on, but it's just purely beautiful. I love the aesthetic of this game, and I love the new area that you're in. Now, like I said, I'm only 2 hours in right now, so I haven't seen all the areas that this region have to offer. But looking at the overall map, it looks like you're gonna have like your volcano level, you're gonna have like your water theme level, you're gonna have obviously your jungle levels, so on and so forth. So I'm excited to see what other areas this game has, and of course, when the actual new Pokemon Snap review come out, I'm gonna definitely touch on all that. But presentation-wise, man, this game is absolutely gorgeous. If you're buying this on the Nintendo Switch, you're gonna be in for a treat. So definitely, it's up there as like one of the best-looking games, in my opinion, when it comes to Nintendo Switch. Now, let's get into the gameplay. The gameplay is very similar to the original Pokemon Snap. I mean, when they, this game does have a forced tutorial, so they are gonna kind of go over the control schemes with you, kind of talk to you about the controls. But honestly, I played so much of the original Snap that I felt right at home playing this. So I had no problem kind of picking up the controller and just kind of going at it. And if you're new to Pokemon Snap, I don't think you're gonna have an issue either. The controls are very intuitive. The gameplay is pretty straightforward. And like I said, man, Pokemon Snap is one of those games where I feel like I can pop this in and just unwind. I can literally sit on the couch with my Nintendo Switch and just go through a couple levels, taking photos of beautiful Pokemon, beautiful environments. And a lot of people ask me when I was so hyped about this game, like, what is the appeal of Pokemon Snap? I don't get it. And the thing I always tell people is Pokemon Snap is kind of like My Animal Crossing. It is a very relaxing game. It's a game that I can just pop in and just unwind after a long day at work. Not always do we have to play like these big AAA action shooter games. So sometimes it's just good to relax, man. And Pokemon Snap is one of those games that kind of help me unwind. So it is a very relaxing game to play. Like I said, you're on rails the entire time and the focus is photography. So if you're really into photography and taking photos in real life, you're probably going to gravitate towards this game. If you're a Pokemon fan, you're obviously going to gravitate towards this game. And if you just like, you know, games with relaxing vibes and feelings, you're definitely going to gravitate towards this game as well. Now, one aspect about new Pokemon Snap that I really like was the online functionality. Now, with the online functionality, you can kind of go on, you can connect, and you can actually see photos that other people have taken of the regions that you visit or the areas that you visited. And you can kind of give them like a thumbs up, like awesome, or kind of give them like, you know, a badge or something like that to let them know they did a good job. As you guys see on the screen here, Jenny Swift, which is a really good friend of mine from Twitch and also YouTube, she subscribes to the channel. So I'm pretty sure she's gonna see this video. Hi, Jenny. As you see here, we have Jenny Swift's photo, and I can like leave a little comment or like a little badge here saying, hey, I like this photo. And I like that. You know, one thing I like about the new Pokemon Snap is the interaction aspect of it. Like, I like the fact that you're bringing kind of a social aspect to Pokemon Snap, and I'm pretty sure already we have people flooding Twitter with their Pokemon Snap photos. So definitely I love that aspect of it, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna give people a lot of things to talk about and just people sharing photos around the world. And I love when Nintendo does things like that with their online service. Now, as far as like the newer mechanics, because this is not a one-to-one remake or one-to-one to the original Pokemon Snap, there are some new mechanics here that I do want to kind of go over in the first impressions. And of course, guys, with the first impressions, this is just more so like a quick overview of what I played so far. When we get into the actual review, that is going to be scripted and all that, we're going to talk about, you know, everything else in between. But so one of the new mechanics that I really dug was the scanning mechanic. Now, if you didn't know, in the original Pokemon Snap, you kind of had to kind of go around different areas and kind of try stuff, you know, to find areas of secrets. With Pokemon Snap, new Pokemon Snap, you have a scanning function, which allows you to scan the area and see hidden items, points of interest. You can find Pokemon in the area, so you're not necessarily missing anything. And I think that's more of a quality of life update. Like I said, Nintendo, it seems like they really want to make this a relaxing experience for gamers. So, you know, you don't really have to stress yourself out about missing Pokemon or missing anything, because with the scanning mechanic, it allows you to kind of always, you know, kind of find what you're looking for, you know what I mean? So I like the scanning mechanic. I've been using it non-stop in my playthrough. As you guys see in the footage, I'm always scanning stuff, always. So that's a good mechanic to have. The glowing orb. So there is a, I don't want to say it's a new type of Pokemon, but there are Pokemon that can essentially glow in the dark. As you see, Meganium, which is a second-gen grass type, that is one of the first ones you run into that has this feature, and I think it's absolutely beautiful. From an aesthetic standpoint, I love this mechanic. And later on down the line, the professor gives you like these glowing orbs that you can get, and during the night phases of the stages, you can throw these orbs and the Pokemon will kind of illuminate. You get some really dope shots that way. So I love that. Now, speaking of levels, one thing that I really like about new Pokemon Snap, it has daytime levels and night levels. So there is a night and day shifting. I mean, there is a, what's the word that I'm looking for? There is a day and night system, I should say. There's a day and night system, so during the daytime you're gonna see certain Pokemon, during the nighttime you're gonna see certain Pokemon. And I love this because it adds some visual, not only does it add visual variety to the stages, but it also just gives you something to look forward to, so you're not playing the same stage over and over again knowing what to expect. Now that also goes into my next point. This game has a leveling mechanic. Now what's interesting is that the levels are tied to each individual stage that you go through. So for example, if I go through the first stage during the daytime, that has its own individual level. If I go through that stage during the nighttime, that has its own individual level. And as you level up within the level, the stage kind of changes a little bit. Not change in terms of like where you're going with your vehicle, but more so in the Pokemon's behavior. So it's almost like the levels are they kind of coincide with the fact that the Pokemon are getting more comfortable with you being there. So they're going to act a certain way the higher your level. And I think that mechanic is very interesting, to say the least. I'm curious to see how later levels use this, and I'm also curious to see how high those levels can go and what happens when you reach the max level. So I think that's really interesting, the fact that the level is never really the same as you go up the levels. Like I said, it kind of gives you something to look forward to. And that's pretty much it, man. Like I said, I just want to kind of hop on really quick and kind of talk to you guys about my thoughts so far with new Pokemon Snap. I like the game. I feel like this game is going to have a lot of things I'm going to like over the original game. Of course, it's never going to replace the original, and I don't think that's their intention. I think they're just trying to introduce something that was so popular back when I was a kid to a newer generation of Pokemon fans, and I'm so glad that Nintendo, you know, pretty much rebooted the Pokemon Snap series. And I really hope to see that they do more with this, man. I would love to see DLC, maybe some extra levels thrown in there. Who knows? But so far, I'm liking the game. I'm about 2 hours in right now, and once I finish the game and kind of get enough footage, I'm going to make an actual review to kind of share my complete thoughts. But I just want to kind of hop on really quick and let you guys know that so far, this game is of quality. So if you have a Nintendo Switch, do yourself a favor and pick this game up. With that being said, guys, I am out. I will see you guys next time. Peace.